my channel. Добро пожаловать and labdien. I'm Ala, the host of the show, and today I have a special treat for you. We're going to be making these delicious chocolate meringue cookies. I really love chocolate. I mean, who doesn't? And I just love meringue as well, so I wanted to combine into two and make these delicious little puffs, and they're so yummy. And guys, next week I actually have a huge surprise. I'm making a delicious double chocolate meringue cake, which will be using this recipe, by the way. So if you do make them, leave some for the cake that we'll make next week. You're gonna want to make that cake, especially if you love chocolate like me. Super easy to do. Now let's get started. Before we do, make sure you subscribe to the channel, click the little notification bell. It will notify you every single time you upload a new video. And now let's get started. In a clean bowl, add your egg whites. Make sure your bowl is nice and clean and doesn't have any fat, otherwise the meringue will not puff up and whip. And then start slowly whipping it, just with nothing, on low speed, and then increase the speed as you go until you start to form nice soft peaks, just like that. And then we're going to add sugar, 1 teaspoon at a time, and then just keep whisking your meringue until it starts to sort of become more glossy, more fluffy, and just keep adding sugar a little bit at a time until your full sugar is completed. So this process will take 5 to 7 minutes depending on how much meringue you have and how powerful is your whisk and your stand mixer. Once it's all whisked, you can see that it becomes nice and white and glossy, and you can rub the meringue between your fingers to see if there's any sugar left. If there isn't, then it's ready. Guys and girls, I have my recipe on my website at alisyummyfood.com. You'll find full ingredients and also directions on how to make this. And also you'll be able to find loads of other recipes that I do for my channel. Just click through, click on a picture, and you'll be able to see the whole video with the directions and the full recipe in English and Russian languages. Next thing, you want to take your dark chocolate, I'm using 75%, and just chop it up into small pieces just across, and one more time into like little cubes and shavings, so that's completely fine. And we're going to add this into our meringue mixture. I'm making different meringues, so I'm just showing you the chocolate part now. So add your chocolate into the small bowl, or if you're using the whole meringue, then you might want to use more chocolate. And then I'm also adding some cocoa powder, just sieve it through and mix everything together. And be quite gentle, as you don't want to knock out too much air from the meringue. So just fold it in very gently until everything is mixed in, and the color should look nice and chocolatey. It's not going to be very strong, but it's going to look like that. Then I'm using a piping bag and placing it over a cup so it's easier to pipe my meringue. And then just add all your mixture inside a cup. I'm not using any nozzles because my meringue is going to be nice and plain, but if you wanted to make them into star shapes or any other shapes, feel free to do that. So that's done. And here I've got some parchment paper and I'm piping the shapes. I'm using just nice circle ones. I'm gonna decorate my cake later with these and crush them too, but they're just as delicious to eat them on its own. So just pipe them up, and we're going to bake this for about 1 hour at 120 degrees Celsius or 250 Fahrenheit. And then you want to leave them to cool down for another half an hour so they become nice and crunchy. So when they're done, they should come off your parchment paper quite easily, and you should see that the bottom is nice and crispy. And if you want to eat them straight away, you can, because the chocolate inside is actually super gooey and very chewy. Of course, when they cool down, it's not the same, but they still taste absolutely delicious, very crunchy, and you have these chocolate chunks inside each meringue. But if they're hot, they will look like this, super melted inside, very gooey and very crunchy. It's amazing, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out all my other recipes and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.